The next person I'd like to introduce you to is Sarah, and she is a very talented person who's got multiple modalities, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her practice. Sarah.
Hey, I'm Sarah. I've been a massage therapist for 20 odd years now. I've been working with cancer patients particularly for the last 12 years. So I recently came into lymphatic drainage as from the oncology massage, fairly logical flow on with lymphedema problems and things. The Bowen therapy I use regularly. Kinesiology, there's somebody else going to talk to you about that, so I'll do more of that one. I'll make this one. Sorry. Mix up like that. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about touch therapies. Some people would think new age, weirdo, hippie, maybe. Old wives' tales, we all heard them from our gran. Or could it possibly be a missing link that we've kind of forgotten about? Our complementary and integrative therapies actually date back historically for a very long time. Egyptian, Chinese, Indian, all of the ancient cultures used touch therapies as an absolute necessity in their medical systems. Where we lost that along the track, I don't know. But Hippocrates himself, that's known as the father of medicine, said the way to health is to have an aromatic bath and a scented massage. Aromatherapy, hydrotherapy and massage all in one fell swoop. He also said cure sometimes, treat often, comfort always. The natural forces within us are the true healers of our disease. So as a touch therapist, I don't have any claim to bring about cure. My aim is to bring out balance and equilibrium and allow the body to be in the best possible position for everybody else's therapies to heal it for you. Now, Bowen therapy has sort of lost a little bit of impetus recently, but it's a brilliant therapy. Devised by an Australian, so it's homegrown. It's very gentle. It's very adaptive. Oops, it can be used for anything from the smallest baby to the sickest person. You can use very small moves, very gently and very minimally, and have great effect. If somebody's healthy, you can actually do a full Bowen massage for the full hour with equal great effect. Some of the real advantages I find with Bowen therapy is that you can do it clothed. So when you have somebody who has severe anxiety, touch issues, people who've been abused, people who have scars that they're ashamed of, or bodies that they're ashamed of, you can break them in gently to the touch therapies using Bowen, because they don't have to take anything off. They can feel comfortable knowing that they're not going to have to reveal anything from underneath. So I find Bowen for that is a really good starter to getting people into touch therapies. Oh, I've got my slides all mixed up, never mind. Working with oncology, there's been lots and lots of studies done recently on the benefits of massage, particularly with cancer patients. This is just a few of them. I actually work at Flinders in the chemo unit doing massages for people as they're having chemotherapy, and the results just with a 5-minute foot rub or a 5-minute hand rub are quite remarkable. You can stop somebody feeling sick, you can stop somebody crying in their tracks. Even just holding their hand while I have the needle put in and just gently stroking it makes the pain go away. You can relieve the swelling from swollen feet, pain from the needle going in the arm, the cold feeling, neuropathy in the fingertips. All of that can be done in just 5 minutes. How much better can it be if they have a whole hour? The difference between oncology massage and ordinary massage is really the training behind it. This was my group at the Austin Hospital in Melbourne. We went through very intensive, through the radiotherapy, through chemotherapy, we went through palliative care, we did the lot. And basically, the main difference is knowing what not to do when. Everything else is intuitive. You listen to the patient, you listen to their needs. You use what you know will help, and don't use what you know won't help. For example, people with having chemo often have their blood counts wrong. There are certain things you shouldn't do at that point in time. But somebody with cancer needs touch. I've been told many times it's so nice to be touched by somebody who's not going to put a needle in, by somebody who's not poking to see what's happening. It's so beneficial just to have a gentle touch. The relaxation response that it elicits from a very long, gentle oncology massage is remarkable, and people come back saying they had no idea of the benefits. So coming on from the oncology massage, we went into the lymphedema. I don't know if anybody of you have encountered people with lymphedema. It's swelling due to an impaired lymphatic system, often caused by cancer treatment. Massage is one of the components of complex lymphatic therapy. Other components are bandaging, taping, using a little portable laser, exercise, skincare, all sorts of things. It's a horrible thing to get, but it is manageable, and that's why I went and learned how to do it. So it's unique, it's fascinating. The lymphatic system is the most fascinating part of the body as far as I'm concerned. It's part of our immune system, so by working in lymphatics you're actually helping to stimulate the immune system to work better. Touch therapies are good for all. It all comes down to the fascia beneath our skin, holding us all together. Every single cell, every tendon, every muscle, every organ, every gland, every bit of our body is surrounded, interconnected with fascia. It's our communication, it is a form of communication system. There. It's our mechanical communication system. So, this is where my weird little thing comes in. We're made up of fascia, which is compression and tension. So as you can see, when I'm moving this around, when you put a bit of stress on one part, it actually affects the entire system. This is not just mechanical stress, it can be physical stress, it can be emotional stress. Any form of stress will have an effect on our entire body system, which is where massage comes into all kinds of things, not just aches and pains. Aristotle was the first to enumerate the 5 senses, and touch, interestingly, is the only one that involves the entire body. The skin and brain arise from ectoderm, the same cells which give rise to the nervous system. So you could almost consider our skin to be exposed neural tissue, and our brain is immersed skin. So when we give a massage, we're actually relaxing our brain as well as our skin. Abraham Maslow ranked touch 3rd in the survival, safety and hierarchy of human needs, 3rd, after our basic food, water, home. René Spritz's major work of touching the human significance of skin clarified a message that tactile stimulation is vital for normal development and survival. Babies whose other needs were met but didn't get cuddled ailed and died. Feldenkrais states that any tension or results in flexion. We can see that from the arch of the cat. A stressed cat does this. We all do it as well. When we're stressed, we tend to hunch over and drag ourselves in like this. The effect on our system compresses our digestives, compresses our lymphatics, stops us breathing so we don't get enough oxygen through the system, raises our cortisol levels, affects the immune system, the whole works. So just from feeling stressed, we automatically do this and don't even realise it most of the time. How often do we find ourselves with our shoulders up by our ears, our tummy's clenched in and we're not breathing, we're breathing with just our chest. Massage can help us bring awareness back to what we're doing and what we're not doing and what we should be doing in a gentle way that's not forcing. Connection. Touch is also important because it connects us. Two little cells in a petri dish actually need each other. Take one away and the other one will die. Put heart cells in a petri dish, they all start to beat at the same pulse rate. We need connection. Massage is a form of that. Is it fun? I like to rub it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank God I had to get over my touch phobia.
Chad's Owen.
So